just after 10 o'clock at night, and my day is just finished here on the campaign trail. I'm in Mudgee at the moment. I've still got my drive home, but officially campaigning has finished. The day started off nice and early. It's about 7 a.m. or just after 7 a.m. in Dubbo. Just on the corner of the old South Dubbo RAF base, there's a men's shed, South Dubbo men's shed. I've been up there and met with some of the guys up there before when I was mayor. And today was a little bit different. Today, Bruno, who you may remember from a video I did with Bruno about a week ago, started Tradies Insight, which is an organisation that tries to look after the mental health of tradies. And he's had some great success, and it was really quite inspiring talking to Bruno about how he's gone so far and the work he's continuing to do. But that was a breakfast this morning. It was a good chance to have a look around the men's shed. I haven't seen up there for a while. Talked to a few of the guys that are tradies, talked to a few of the men's shed guys. But look, well done to Bruno. Keep up the great work, and I think you'll see more and more people attend those sort of events. I then drove across to Mudgee. The Lawson Park markets are normally held on a Saturday morning, but this month with Christmas, they held a twilight market. It was a great success, huge success. Over 100 stall holders were there. Huge number of people kept flooding through. It was great to see a whole range of people. Most of them were from Mudgee or around the region, but certainly a lot were from outside. Some across from Dubbo. I saw a few people I knew from Dubbo, but many travelled from outside the region as well. And in fact, today I had the first person ever walk up to me and tell me they're not going to vote for me, but he explained that he was from Newcastle, so it was very difficult for him to vote for me. But it was a good day. Probably the main topics today that people brought up were around the stadia in Sydney, the huge amount of money, $1.5 billion being spent on stadia in Sydney, and people in regional areas just can't understand how that can be justified when so much money can be spent out here. And that led on to my next topic that many people spoke about, which was health and the hospital here and just improved services. And I don't think it's good enough any longer to just say we're in the regional or we're in a regional area, we accept that our services aren't as good. There is money there at the state government level at the moment that we could be spending on regional areas, and unfortunately we're not. And certainly part of my aim, if I can be elected as a state member for this electorate, is to get some of that money that should be being spent in regional areas, get that being spent out here. So very full afternoon, some great conversations with people. Thank you for the time people gave me. I really do appreciate it. I know I've said that before, but people give me so much time. I really appreciate their thoughts, their ideas, because that feeds into hopefully me being an incredibly effective state member if I can get through the election or get through and be successful at the election next year. Look forward to another busy day tomorrow. Lazy River Markets are on tomorrow. They should be an incredibly well-attended event. And then I've got my daughter's dance concert on tomorrow evening, and so that'll be good to see my daughter on stage dancing in the dance concert, the annual dance concert. This has been Mathew Dickerson, your independent voice.